Hello. This is not going to be long. I just want to talk about colorism. I know that this is a tarot channel and things like that, and things like this might make people not want to watch me or listen to me. But I'm just going to tell you how I feel. So, I am a black woman from the South, and being from the South, colorism is something that has plagued me and the women in my family for a very, very, very long time. There's a lot of violent history behind whether women in my family were darker or light, which was acceptable. I'm getting tired of people saying that light-skinned people face colorism, and I'm getting very tired of people blaming darker-skinned people when they bleach their skin or something like that. These people who bleach their skin have felt forced to do so because, if you look at your favorite singers who are women, your favorite rappers who are women, they're all lighter skin. You got people like Cardi B liking people's posts about, liking Hazel E's posts about, oh, but these girls can't pass a brown paper bag test. You got people like Cat Williams talking about, oh, how are you unattractive and light skinned? So saying like you can only be attractive if you're light skinned, or light skin makes you attractive. I'm just tired of this. And people might be looking at me like, well, you could be interpreted as light skin, light brown, whatever. Well, I face colorism and the negative butt of colorism because I have people who are lighter than me in my family, and I was considered a darker skinned person in my family. So, I was told to put this crap on my face and stuff like that and do certain things. And it's just like, I'm so tired of people wondering, like, why do women care so much about their color? Why do they say they want to be light skinned? Why are people bleaching and messing with their melanin production? It's because, if you're lighter skinned, you're less likely to get certain sentences. You're more likely to get some privileges, even though I'm not going to sit here and say that you're still not oppressed for being a minority, whether you're black or whatever. But what I'm saying is if you're a lighter color within that race, you do have privilege. And that's just something that you're just going to have to accept. And it really does upset me that, like, Spice is trying to, the rapper, she's trying to let y'all know about colorism, like, oh, if I was this color, people respect me, but people are getting all mad and canceling her. Like, why? Why don't you cancel the toxic culture that uplifts people because they're lighter than a paper brown bag? I mean, you can't listen to a rap song without a dude talking about, I got a light-skinned girl and she's Spanish or some crap like that. I mean, colorism is an issue. And that's just that. You got people who are feeling bad about themselves so much that they would ruin a biological process in their body. I mean, does that not say something to y'all? Like, and, you got some people who are darker skinned who feel like they'll never find love or they'll never be appreciated because, like, they don't fit this beauty standard of, being lighter skinned, being mixed. So, I can impress so-and-so in my light-skinned girl. Like, it's just ridiculous. Or talking about people have nappy hair, texturism, featureism. It's just all gross to me. And I feel like it's a problem that we need to see and stop blaming the victims of it who are darker skinned. I mean, I've heard stories of people who are darker skinned in the South, their own family ripping out their hair and spitting on them and not loving them because they're dark skinned, so they won't produce any value to them. And then you have people like Harry Belafonte telling a black woman that she don't have no value compared to someone who is lighter. someone who is seen as more desirable in the public eye. And it's like, you can't just brush this stuff under the rug, and you can't just sit here and act like these people just don't love themselves. It's hard to love yourself in a place where people are constantly telling you that you're ugly, that you define ugly, that your skin tone makes you unattractive, and then people would be like, oh, black queen, you know I love you because you black and beautiful. But then, it's not even so much that they won't date black women, but it's just like the way that they treat black women. Like, you can post all day and be a narcissist and sit here and post, oh, I'm for this, I'm pro this, and pretend to be an activist, but then you treat darker skinned women, darker skinned femmes, black femmes incorrectly, badly. You're a fake, you're a fraud. So, these are just things that we should consider. And then usually with these darker skinned men from the South that claim that they want light skinned mixed women, they usually have issues themselves, but no men want to talk about their colorist issues, or the colorism that they face internally. So I just want to say this is an issue. This is something to consider in Venus retrograde. Yes, I made this connected to the thing because Venus retrograde helps you look at like how people see you in a beauty sort of way, because Venus describes how you come off, how you are attractive to the world, in addition to past relationships and things like that. So that's just something that I wanted to say, and something that needs to be said. Stop blaming the victims of colorism and start fixing the culture around colorism. Bring more darker skinned people into the mix, and don't sit here and say we're all black, or don't sit here and say light skinned people are oppressed by colorism. They are not. Colorism is against people who don't meet Eurocentric features. If you are light skinned and you have a loose texture, you fit that standard. So please stop.